Can your machine tell me what your name is? 𝗀𝗁𝗔𝗶𝗵𝗶 is 9 years old. He has severe cerebral palsy, which produces uncontrollable muscular movements and prevents him from forming words. Eye gaze works in English, but is it difficult for you to communicate in English?
Easy.
It's easy? Okay. Do you speak English at home?
I speak Zulu at home.
𝗀𝗔's eye gaze device tracks the movement of his eyes over a screen, then converts the message into synthesized speech with the voice of an adult British man.
My voice is my identity.
It tells you who I am. Every time you use your voice, you send a million tiny signals about your age, gender, background, and even your mood. Now imagine losing all of that.
AAC is an acronym for Augmentative and Alternative Communication. Augmentative, to add to your current speech. So if you have some words, if you have some signs, then we add a system to help you. If you are using an alternative system, it means you have no other way of communicating.
𝗀𝗁𝗶𝗶𝗴𝗶 is Technology Advisor at Inclusive Solutions, a company that supplies AAC to South African users.
I know people that, due to their disability, they stay at home 98% of the time. But it's important to say things like, you know, change the TV channel, or that was really funny.
In other words, just because you can't speak doesn't mean you have nothing to say. At worst, the voiceless are vulnerable to abuse. At best, they are often cut off from the world around them.
When we look at giving a voice to a child who's never had one, we are giving them an opportunity to take part in conversations, to tell jokes, to tell stories that they've never had the opportunity to do before.
But voice loss is also acquired through injury, stroke, or disease.
My biggest fear was not to be able to talk, because you've got to effect imprison in your body.
Kevin Jordan has motor neuron disease, a progressive, incurable wasting of nerves and muscles, including the ones that produce your voice. He can still speak, but uses an eye gaze device to communicate online and to run his charity, 𝗀𝗁𝗶𝗶𝗴𝗶. Do you feel well represented by the computerized voice?
I find it quite entertaining, changing the voices. I'd rather be able to talk in any voice than no voice at all.
I identify with this voice and have no intention of changing it for a more naturally sounding one.
We're all familiar with Stephen Hawking's robotic tones. They became part of his persona. But when 5 children in the same classroom speak with the same adult AAC voice, their individual identities can go unheard.
If you have a prosthesis, whether it's a leg or if it's an arm or if it's a voice, people should have choices so that one fits, that they can find the one that fits right.
Speech-language clinician 𝗀𝗶𝗶𝗶𝗶 Patel founded Boston-based company Vocal ID after witnessing a grown man and a young girl conversing using identical adult male AAC voices.
And I thought, well, if they have the ability to still make sound that's unique to them, why can we not harness that sound to create digital voices that are unique to them?
Vocal ID uses the limited vocalization that someone like 𝗀𝗁𝗶𝗶𝗶 can produce and combines it with donated voices.
When we make a customized voice for someone, we take a little bit of their voice and we blend it together with those surrogate talkers to create a unique voice that fits them in age, in gender, in accent, and even preferences.
Vocal ID's crowdsourced voice bank features 26,000 donors from as young as 6 to as old as 91 in 120 countries. Over 140 people speak with a custom-made Vocal ID voice.
You see people who are taking huge communication risks that they weren't before. They're now talking to strangers. They're now going into public spaces where they're wanting to use their voice. They're feeling ownership of their voice.
Vocal ID and other companies also offer the opportunity to bank your voice before you lose it, so that your AAC device can speak with a synthesized version of you. In South Africa, voice banking is rare due partly to cost. But a team at 𝗀𝗁cie𝗿𝗆𝗆 Hospital is offering patients another way to preserve their vocal identities.
To use a voice device, it's not to say my brain is not working. I'm also a person and a human being like anyone.
Like Kevin, John Nzima suffers from a progressive neurological condition. While he can still speak, he is banking the words and messages he will need when the disease claims his voice.
Please water the plants.
What we aim to do with message banking is to record that person's voice, the way it sounds, the way they would answer a question or tell a joke, and then we transfer those messages onto a device, and the patient will then use that device to communicate later on in their disease.
Speech therapist 𝗀𝗶𝗶𝗶𝗶 coordinates the message banking program specifically for those facing inevitable voice loss.
If you are unable to communicate, you are often left out of some of the major decisions that will be made around your end-of-life care. So it's a very important thing that we need to ensure that they have access to communication, to ensure not only that they have quality of life while they're with us, but then that they also have quality of dying when they move into the very terminal phases of the disease.
I'm hungry. I'm in pain. I love you. Imagine you're about to lose your voice forever. Could you choose 50 phrases to serve all your needs for the rest of your life?
It's an incredible thing to have to actualize and to record out loud the fact that you won't be able to do basic things in the future.
Early diagnosis is vital so patients can bank their messages before their voices become slurred. The banking process itself is emotional and taxing, but the impact is enormous.
It's like watching somebody being able to breathe again. Taking and losing your ability to communicate is suffocating. It's being trapped inside your body, not being in control of what happens to you, where you go, what meals you get, as simple as what clothes you put on in the morning.
Does it make you feel better that you have this opportunity to bank your voice?
Yeah, it makes me stronger because I know that I can communicate, I can speak with the people.
Did you feel like your recorded messages represented you well? Like, yeah, actually that's...
I feel like myself. I feel like myself.
It's possible to bank messages in any language, but the content is limited. A synthesized voice can generate novel content, but... As you can see, it's all well and good if you speak English, but what if you prefer to communicate in one of South Africa's other languages? Hoe het jy gevoel toe jy dit die eerste keer gebruik het en Afrikaans kon praat?
Ek was baie opgewonde.
Was iets vir jou snaaks geweest?
Die oomstem het my baie laat lag.
Alexander Avenant cannot speak due to brain damage he sustained as a baby. Although his foster family is Afrikaans speaking, he had to use English language AAC, until now.
Our languages are what they call under-resourced languages, so there's not a lot of resources or data available for our languages.
Dr. Karen Coulter and her speech technology team at the CSIR Maraka Institute designed 𝗀𝗁𝗁𝗋, synthesized voices for all 11 official South African languages.
The African languages are tonal languages. Modeling tone or getting a computer to reproduce tone is very, very difficult. So that is ongoing research for us.
Dink jy wanneer maatjies hierdie stem hoor hulle jou?
Nee, hulle hoor die oom se stem.
AAC remains a far from perfect communication tool. And while the technology is constantly evolving, there's a lot we can do to improve our treatment of the voiceless.
Unable to speak is a disability which is rarely thought of. Voiceless people are still people with opinions, thoughts, views, and feelings. Surely they deserve to be heard.
What's the future of ASC?
I hope to see more people using it earlier. I hope that it won't have a stigma that it has, and I would love to see every child from a very young age given their voice.